Welcome to Obstacle Running Adventures.
Over the last 7 years, we have consistently released weekly episodes focusing on
obstacle course racing, running, and other adventures.
You'll hear interviews, event recaps, conversations about our sport,
quick news updates about happenings in our community.
And now, here are your hosts,
Standing on the corner,
Michael Stefano and Caitlin Ritter.
Hey guys, it's Michael Stefano.
And Caitlin Ritter.
And Caitlin, how was your weekend?
It was good. We went to the Buck Burpees. What's it called?
Buck Furpies.
Buck Furpies Comedy Night presented by the New England OCR Expo.
Yeah, we sponsored that event. It went pretty well.
I thought it was very funny.
It was a good time. I'll add a quick clip here. Please excuse the laughing of a madman.
Okay, you're gonna do great! What the fuck is soft butter? If you're here tonight, thank you. I don't know what the fuck you do for your job, because... like, fuck those hard butter bitches. We're the soft butter kings, okay? We're the kings, and then the neighborhood ninjas are here. Who the fuck are the neighborhood ninjas? And, no, don't clap for... Ninjas have swords and know how to kill you with a punch. Like, I don't want you walking the kids across the streets with a fucking sword. Ninjas. I hate everything about that. The bone frog? That just sounds porn. That just sounds porn in the woods. Yeah, I don't know what to do later, but I got a bone frog. What the... Like, that is not... There's words that come to mind. I don't like anything.
You were having a jolly old time.
It was. That was a really fun night. I didn't have, like... I had moderate expectations. I'm like, I hope they're funny. And they were very funny. I thought the second guy was the funniest.
I thought the second guy was the funniest too. And This was funnier than the last comedian I went to see because I could actually hear them.
Good. That is important for comedians. And if you were in the area and you didn't show up, that was not smart, because everyone that showed up got a free Spartan race.
And I hope they do it again next year.
Yeah, I think it was pretty successful. I think we made like $2,500.
Which is nuts.
If the math is correct.
Yes. Shout out Mudgear, use code ADVENTURE for 15% off your next Mudgear purchase, and Caterpie, use code OCRReport20 for 20% off your next Caterpie purchase. Yeah. And Caterpie has these new Olympic laces that I love. Yeah. You have gold and I have silver?
Yes.
Sparkly gold and sparkly silver.
I love it.
And I love them.
Yeah, an additional shout out to Mudgear too. I went on a mental health long run today. And I didn't have to worry about losing my key because they had that big-ass pocket in the back of their shorts. And I really like their shorts.
What's it like being a man with pockets?
Oh, it's fantastic. You should try it.
Okay, we're gonna shout out the $5 plus supporters from Patreon. Jason Dupree, Samantha Thompson, Dave Claxton, Bradley Keel, Charlotte Engelman, Aaron Grindstaff, Laura and Stephen Ritter, Hank and Arlene Stefano, Kenny West, Cheryl Goodwin, Jessica Johnson, Nick Riker, Christopher Hoover, Kevin Gregory Jr., Evan Elric, Brent George, Logan Nagel, Asa Connington, and Seth Runderkonech.
Also, Cheryl Miller.
What did I say?
Goodwin. I think you did last week as well when I was editing.
Oh, Cheryl Miller. Sorry, when you change your name to 10 junk stripper poles, it hurts my brain.
A little bit, yeah. And a shout out to the OCR Report for being a great home for us on the internet.
And to Will Hicks.
The Podfather. Check it out over at theocrreport.com. I've been told Jason crushed the DecaFit coverage. I wanted to watch live, but I fell asleep. More on that later. I did watch a little bit later that night, around midnight. I watched the men's, and it was pretty good. And to our sponsored athletes.
Javier Escobar, Kelly Sullivan, Ryan Brizzalara, and Joshua Reed.
Who also competed in AlUla. I don't know if we mentioned that, but we definitely should have. For our poll results, you guys can have one guess as to who put this one up. But it says, I look at this pizza, and I think... And then, Caitlin, you go over the results.
43% of people said it looks delicious. 11% of people said I'm absolutely not eating that. And 46% of people said no such thing as bad pizza.
Now, it's difficult to explain this pizza on a audio medium, but explain this pizza.
It's what Massachusetts refers to as bar pizza.
Very greasy.
It's greasy, it's burnt, it's crispy.
It's not usually burnt. This one was a little burnt. Yeah.
How else would you describe bar pizza?
It's usually not crispy. The crust is usually, like, very minimal.
Yes.
But it's very greasy, very delicious. I treat it as a different food than pizza. Like, oh, we're going to get pizza. Where? Okay, I'm preparing myself for this greasy pizza. Oh, but getting, like, traditional pizza. Okay, there's that.
So, Google defines South Shore bar pizza as a thicker, buttery crust, and it's made in a pan with high sides and lots of oil, so the dough essentially fries in the pan.
That sounds about right.
It's traditionally served with burnt edges.
Oh. Well, I don't like the burnt edges, but everything else is pretty delicious.
How would you have voted?
Well, I would have said, oh my god, it burned the roof of my mouth so badly that it blistered and popped all within an hour. Man, that was bad. I haven't burned the roof of my mouth in so long. And then I had the hardest salad. It had wontons. And I swear it was like a whole bunch of mini people just stabbing the roof of my mouth. It was a bad experience.
8 mini people?
Mini people, yes. Yeah, so I guess I deserved that for eating them in the first place. Caitlin, I went to my bucket of memes and I found a meme. I found it, which means you have to describe it.
It's the sun, and it's 4 panels, and it says in the first panel, I'm the sun! I want to warm you up! And he's all smiley and happy. Then he's starting to get a little evil, and he says, I want to burn you. And then he gets even more evil looking, and now his teeth are sharp and popping out, and he's got creases in his eyes. He's got like a furrowed brow. The sun has a furrowed brow. And he says, I want to kill you. And then the last one, it's like a zoomed up face of him, and now he's got eyebrows and squinty eyes, and says, let me kill you.
It's funny, because I put this up here as one... AlUla, luckily, like, it rained before, so I heard it was relatively mild compared to how it usually could be out there in the desert. Let's get to some quick news. This one goes out to the 1%, almost literally.
If you listen to us on Google Podcasts, please change to a different podcast app. They are going away, and we don't want to lose you.
Yes. There's no need to plug the comedy show anymore, because that came and went, but... the 2024 New England OCR Expo will be on April 20th in West Boylston, Massachusetts. You will be able to get a free Spartan race there if you go there. Also, I don't know if we mentioned enough too, but there's going to be a Deca Strong being held there, as well as a 100-meter course. We're also developing a couple more events for it too. It's going to be a good time.
We are signed up and registered for our first Deca Mile at Underdog Fitness on April 7th.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I practiced Station 1, and I am in danger. I am in danger. I did that 3 days ago. My legs and my ass still hurt. So, God, I just... My goal is to not have a heart attack during that.
Tough Mudder released the news that there's going to be a Tough Mudder before World's Toughest Mudder.
Yeah, so the OCR report posted Tough Mudder announced changes to World's Toughest Mudder, with World's Toughest Mudder weekend set to debut this year. The biggest change this weekend will be the addition of the 3 to 5 mile Tough Mudder on Saturday morning based on the same course that the WTM athletes will run later that day. So past years of World's Toughest Mudder have included a hot lap on Friday before the race. Last time it was a shit show because none of the obstacles showed up. But hot lap participants tended to be pit crew members, younger family members, and a handful of WTM athletes looking for a sneak peek preview of the course. With the debut of the Saturday morning 3 to 5 mile Tough Mudder, the Friday hot lap has gone away. So in the announcement, Tough Mudder named the main objective of Saturday morning waves to curate a crowd to come out for the challenge and stay for the competition. And the World's Toughest Mudder weekend will be November 9th and 10th, blah, blah, blah. Let us know what you think. Caitlin, what do you think?
I don't care.
I don't like it.
I know people are complaining, but I feel like people are going to complain just to complain. Also, I think it might, like, boost a little bit of morale. Like, you see all these people and, like, they're excited. I am worried, like, the pit's going to have to be, like, heavily monitored.
That's
and
actually
you're going to get you're going to lose an hour of daylight, which at first I was like, it doesn't matter because then you'll get the daylight in the morning. But Michael Cantor?
Maybe.
His last name?
Yes, yeah, who we were with the other day.
Yeah, made a good point. Like, your daylight is best used with fresh legs.
Yes.
Like, that daylight in the morning, you're going to be trashed anyway.
So we didn't even get to those changes yet, but keeping with this change, I don't like it because I liked the hot lap. I liked doing the hot lap. I planned, yes, I planned that far ahead in episode coverage. I planned to do an episode on the hot lap and release that, like, the night before, and so people could listen to it before doing World's Toughest Mudder. So that change kind of personally bugs me too, but also just, like, I really liked the hot lap. I thought it was a great idea to do things beforehand. Now it's going to be right before, and it just seems very needless. I think that's them trying to soak a little bit more money out of it, but they are a business, so that's their prerogative, but it is what it is. So, Caitlin, you jumped ahead, but here's some more information.
Sorry, I was just
posted
on fire.
Posted by Daniel Stevens, and he kind of sums up some more changes.
He said, so they've moved the Central Florida event, but I'm surprised no one yet has mentioned the rules that TMHQ has already published for this year. The start time is now 1 p.m. No prize money. Top prize is a season pass.
Thus far. It may change, but yeah.
You have to qualify as a contender/elite contender of one of the 2024 events. No mention of previous results being allowed for elite contenders. To be eligible for a prize, you have to be a contender, so you can't win in the open wave. Holy Grail, you have to be a finisher at all 3 different events.
Which, the last one is the same, I thought. I thought that's how it always
so too.
Yeah, so I don't know what that one's all about. I think that was kind of just put in there. But the biggest thing is the start time being at 1 p.m. Again, I think it just devalues the sunset. The sunrise, because now you're not that close. You're an additional hour away from finishing. So there's that. Some people are really angry about it. I'm not really angry about it. I'm just kind of, why? I know why. I just don't like why.
But also, they've got to make money.
Yes. The biggest thing, I worry if World's Toughest Mudder were to go away, that is my favorite event of the year. That would be devastating. So until we have to report that World's Toughest Mudder is going away, that would be, it's not too bad, I guess. The Tough Mudder CEO, Giles Chater, had some comments on it as well. It may have been deleted, which is a bummer because it was very well written. All right, I found it. It was not deleted. I'll just read the first paragraph. You can click the link to find out more about this news story as well as all of the news stories. But he posted on March 6th. Team, as I've shared previously, World's Toughest Mudder is a project we care deeply about, which is why we're working so hard to realize its full potential. A key component is securing the right venue, ideally a permanent one, which we believed we had done. Unfortunately, our efforts on that front took a major setback when a previously undisclosed zoning issue was identified. We quickly pivoted, securing the current venue, with the contract ready for our signature prior to World's Toughest Mudder 2023. There's a lot more. Go and click that link to find out more about what Giles was saying. This one comes to us from Inside OCR. They did a post that I had trouble Googling and verifying and everything because triathlete information would show up, and that was not what I was looking for. But it's a video of what OCR in the Olympics may look like. This is a 3-part event where the runners they go to a laser gun. Following that, they have a few obstacles, which I believe were under overs, a balance beam, rings, and I believe there was one other. And it's not what I'm interested in. I'm not really interested in the Olympics either in general, but it's I don't know. It's a view of what the future may look like. Now we're going to get to a whole bunch of podiums. It'll be interesting to see who struggles more, myself or Caitlin. But this first event is in Hradec nad Moravici Sprint in the Czech Republic.
In 3rd place, Josef Derbolhavlo. In 2nd place, Daninas. Nope, there's one N. Danias Lutkas.
Yeah.
And in 1st place, Jacob Kohler.
Yep. And for the ladies?
In 3rd place, Adila Maskova. In 2nd place, Barbara Zabrainska. And in 1st place, Sandra Ludke.
All right. And for the super?
In 3rd place for the men, Roman Toth. In 2nd place, Stefan Planta. And in 1st place, Jacob Kohler. And for the ladies, in 3rd place, Oksana Shapoval. In 2nd place, Simona Kucharova. And in 1st place, Patricia Lorkova.
There you go. Yeah, that's how I'd pronounce those as well. Heading on over to Japan. This was the Ibaraki Sprint.
In 3rd place, I'm just glad they're written in English characters. In 3rd place, Gary Wilberforce. In 2nd place, Hiroshi Kato. And in 1st place, Roma Sugata.
Not bad. And for the ladies?
In 3rd place, Kai Sakino. In 2nd place, Honoka Jinzai. And in 1st place, Rika Kajama.
Yeah. And now we're going to go to the Philippines. This is Batangas, the sprint.
For the men, in 3rd place, Enrico Mahilium. In 2nd place, Jeffrey Reginio. And in 1st place, Jobert? Jobert? Is that how you say it?
I don't know. It's Robert with a J.
Carolino.
And for the ladies.
In 3rd place, Melissa Campos. In 2nd place, Marites Nakayo. And in 1st place, Sandy Abahan.
All right. And now we're going to get nuts with the Nuts Challenge. This is the Winter Nuts in Dorking, UK. I'm always going to laugh at that, guys.
In third place, Dave Peters. In second place, Jason Mawlam. And in first place, Finley Greenleaf. And for the women, in third place, Louise Farriman. In second place, Libby Joyce. And in first place, Karen McQuarrie.
All right, and we only have the first half of these podiums, so apologies for excluding the women here. I don't know if there was something that happened. I haven't finished that part of the coverage, but this is DecaFit Knoxville.
In third place, for the men, Derek Yorick. In second place, Joseph Cato. And in first place, Colin Stiefer.
Yeah, there's a post-race interview with Colin, and he seems like a really, cool dude. And for the last podiums, last news story, we have the Spartan Houston Beast.
For men, in third place, Sean Flannery. In second place, Kyle Sears. And in first place, Jonathan Stern. And for the women, in third place, Emily Kimball. In second place, Sheridan Santiago. And in first place, Kamiri Kingston.
Perfect. And there's 5 secret links down below, so go and check those out. But let's finally get to what this episode is all about. So I first reached out to Alisa Petrova back in December 2022 to talk about the Spartan World Championships, but we couldn't get the timing to work because there's a major time zone difference between us. I reached back out to her after her win at Tough Mudder Infinity AlUla, as well as her team's third place finish in Dubai's government games. So we talk about how she wasn't medically allowed to engage in sports due to a heart condition at first, to how she found OCR, thoughts on her win in AlUla's Tough Mudder Infinity, as well as her participation at the government games. So let's get to Alisa.
We'll start off with your name and where you're from.
My name is Alisa and I'm from Russia.
And this is the first time we've had you on the show, so can you tell us about your athletic background before obstacle course racing?
No, I don't have a background. I tried to start training in my childhood, but they found that I have some peculiarities in my heart, and they said it's not allowed to do any sports. They sent me to do operation, but at the clinic they said that it's okay to live like this, but no sports. So I had to stop training. So I didn't train at all, and only maybe in 2015 I just tried to one time a week to run because I got bored working in the office. So wow. Yeah, I tried to I was living near the park, and I moved to a big city because I'm from a small city in the village, and I moved alone. All my family friends left. I left. So, and it was really boring to every morning go to office, come back in the evening, go back like this every day the same, and I got really bored. So then I saw that some people like running in groups, like in Moscow, they had some running clubs, and I said maybe I will just go join because it's too boring to live like this. So I started to just train like once or twice a week. It was not like professional, but we had some community. I made some friends. It was something new for me, and we were meeting with friends, travel from city to city, some races, just for fun.
Yeah.
And only like in 2018, I tried to travel and tried OCR European Championship and Spartan European Championship, but I was not training normally, so I didn't have any success. At Spartan Championship, I got only 20th place. Yeah, and European Championship, it was in Denmark. I got disqualified because I couldn't finish obstacles.
Oh, wow.
It was very hard for me, yeah.
That's pretty crazy that you started from there. Because not many people have like the background, like some people say rock climbing and this and that, but to having a heart condition, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. When I was in my childhood, I began doing speed walking, I began doing this. And I was pretty good for my age category there in my republic. But then, they checked. We had a checkup and medical exam. So they said not allowed to do any sports. So I stopped. It was maybe I was like 12 or 13 years old. So I didn't do anything else after. I just studied, went to university. didn't do any sports at all.
And so,
Only after graduation from the university, from like 1 year after. So I join this running clubs for fun.
nice.
Yeah.
And going from that to finding obstacle course racing, what do you love so much about obstacle course racing?
In our country, we have a big project. It is called Hero Race, and there are races for companies. They make like a teamwork for their employers, and there is a community like people, we call it instructors, who work with the company, and once a week, like maybe 2 or like 1 time a month, instructors work for the company, and they run with these teams, run the course with the teams. Like instructors have to provide the team safety at the obstacles, work with team building stuff, like and I joined this community in 2016, and like especially during summer we had a lot of races, once a week or once 2 weeks we meet at the venue of the race, and we ran with teams. And I really enjoyed this because the community of instructors was really good. We were all like friends, and during the running with other teams, you communicate, you work with new people, you develop some other skills like communication with unfamiliar people.
Yeah.
And we made a lot of friends there, and I really like enjoyed this. And I was doing this actually like 2 maybe years, and sometimes with instructors we met to train, because instructors also had to pass a physical test.
Okay.
Because if you are not physically too good, you like how you can help on the obstacles the other people who don't train at all. So we passed some tests, like physical test, first aid test. We had some courses how to work with team and something like that. So it was my first time I got acquainted with OCR like this.
Yeah,
Not
awesome.
like athlete.
Yeah.
I was like an instructor. Yeah. And if you work like an instructor later that time, you couldn't race yourself because it was some kind of rule. Because if you're an instructor, like you know the obstacles, you cannot race. And first it was only for teams. Then the company began doing races for like athletes, but instructors can only work on the course. We were like judges. Also for athletes, we cannot race ourselves. One time they made a special race for instructors, but I couldn't win. Also, I think I disqualified also on one obstacle. Yeah. And one race our company was doing in Azerbaijan, Baku, and they said, okay, this race is abroad and instructors can race. And suddenly I won the race, and I was like, okay, maybe I can try to train.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after this, it was late 2017, and I was not training, like especially for the races. And in 2018, I tried this European Championship Spartan and OCR European Championship, but got bad results. But after that, I decided to find a running coach and try to train more, be more disciplined, more systematically.
Yeah.
For my surprise, in 2019 in European Spartan Championship, I got third. I was really surprised.
Yeah.
Because I spent some time in the mountains. I was doing some climbing on the mountains, and I got good result. So, and after that, I began training better.
Yeah. So fast forwarding to this recent month and everything, finding out about the race in AlUla, because I know a little bit about your athletic background, but it was never ultras. Were you intimidated by this Tough Mudder Infinity 8 hour?
Yeah, they announced the race very late, I think, like only in November, and
Okay.
we were not doing high volume of running volume because we were training for Spartan World Championship. It is short course.
Yeah.
We were doing a bit different trainings.
3K.
And before Spartan, we were thinking maybe yes we can go try this AlUla, but we didn't change our training plan because we were training for Spartan. Only after Spartan, I think we took like 1 week rest because also it's emotional. You can get tired after big event.
Yeah.
And then we decided, okay, maybe we have to begin training. We tried to slowly increase running volume because sometimes it was not so easy, especially in February, because it's getting close. But still, the trainings were really long for me. I didn't get used to this volume. Like sometimes the runnings were like 3 hours, 3.5, and several times I really cried. Like I don't want this like this. But my husband Sergey was trying to calm me down. I tried one race, 52 kilometers in January, just to try how I can run a long race, but I cannot, how to say, I tried this race, yes, I won, but I felt really bad during the race. And one day before the race, I don't know, maybe I got food poisoning. I was just lying in the bed, cannot get up, a headache, vomiting and stuff. And during the race also, I felt really bad, like body cannot work. I had to make myself move every step, and it was really hard for me. But Sergey was like, okay, in such conditions, you won the race. Maybe you are ready and you can show a good result in AlUla. But I didn't believe that I can be like the winner because the field was really competitive. I know that girls more experienced. Somebody had experience of running 24 hours, and I only tried one time, 8 hours. This 52 kilometers took me also like 8 hours.
Okay.
Because the climbing was big, 3,500, and quite steep descendings. Like you see that like only like 6 kilometer descending, you think that you can run it like in 25-30 minutes, but it takes more than 1 hour.
Yeah.
It was very steep and dangerous. Yeah, it also took 8 hours. It was my first try of running so long. And we tried to keep training after this race, but it took also a lot to recover after, because one day before the race I didn't feel good, and during the race maybe I lost a lot of health also, and I recovered really long time. And I was thinking maybe I did a mistake. I shouldn't run this race before AlUla, because there was a possibility that I left all my strengths there, and maybe I wouldn't be able to show a good result in AlUla.
Yeah,
I was a bit confused and didn't believe that I can show a really good result also.
Yeah. There was a lot of athletes there, a lot of great men, a lot of great women. One of the things that you mentioned, I believe, on Matt's podcast too, was the mantra. I think it was "Sergey believes in me." That was repeating in your head. So is that what got you through the tough times?
Yeah, he believed. He said, now I know that you can be really good, because in such conditions you win the race, and I believe that you can show a good result." But I don't like before races to say that, I can win, like this stuff, because you never know what can happen during the race. Yes.
So another aspect of ultras that are difficult is fueling and nutrition. I heard you had some trouble keeping food down too. Was that a problem for this?
Yeah, we try to prepare good for this. I try to eat from the beginning of the race, like maybe 70-80 grams of carbs every hour. And I also try to drink sodium, I think. So it will help not to have cramps. I put it in at the end of the lap. So every time after the lap, I ran to go like 1 sip, 2 sip. And also I took isotonic with how you call it? I can check. Sports nutrition, when you put like powder into water. This I took it with myself also to drink, and always I try to drink. At the course there were like 5 points where you can drink water, and I try to eat this 70-80 grams of carbs, and I combine different kinds of gels, and also dates, and this marmalade.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Also marmalade, and one time I tried this kids food.
Okay. Yes, I have done that before too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little pouch.
Yeah, but still after 60 kilometer, after 6 laps, I began feeling that something a bit. I felt a bit dizzy, but till 70s, I continued still eating everything. But after 70 kilometer, I began vomiting while running. Like, I cannot eat at all, and I've this burning. It was already burning here, and I began vomiting. So I cannot eat anything after it.
Yeah.
So I only try to drink because still you already lost a lot, and I felt dry in my mouth. So I try to drink all the time, but also after also drinking water, I felt a bit dizzy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough balance too.
Yeah, but I'm happy that this couldn't stop me running. Like I continued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
after I finished the race, maybe several hours before after, I cannot eat, but after it was all good.
Good.
I started to eat normal food.
Yeah. What did you think about the obstacles there on the course? I heard some things about block nests not being delivered. What did you think about the course itself?
What block?
So an obstacle called block nests. It's a big block that people have to go over. I heard it didn't show up to the event.
Block? I don't know. I don't know the obstacles themselves are not so difficult, but I think sometimes when you run really long, for example, you have to run a bit faster to the ramp. You feel your legs are already tired, and I saw that some girls couldn't even climb the ramp, some walls. For me, I did all the ramps myself, but I saw girls. Some people were helping them to climb because they cannot. Maybe because already legs were tired. I tried to do obstacles really like slow. Don't put too much pressure on legs. For example, usually when we climb walls, we jump from above. Here I was slowly going down till my legs reached the ground, because so legs get more pressure, and some maybe can get cramps after this. Because to the end, I felt that almost our muscles were getting cramps. Some even here, like in my back. Yeah, but I didn't try to do these fast movements. I was just keep going in my pace. But obstacles are not so hard. But after several laps, I was tired of going underwater and stuff. And sometimes in water comes inside ear everywhere like this. This I didn't like.
Yeah. That's one thing.
And there was ice bath. You have to go under wall, and this was really cold. I even felt like my feet were freezing after the water. Yeah. But you continue running slowly. It gets warmer.
Yeah. one of the unique things about this format is you don't know how far you need to go. If it's 100K, you know you have to go 100K for a race with a multi-lap. So what was it like knowing that you had to keep doing more laps at the end?
At the end, yeah, first I didn't know that you can also continue running like after 8 hours. I thought 8 hours and the courses will stop. Like where you will, they will count this kilometer. Like, but read the rules before the race, and we were a bit confused how they will do like this. And before the race, because of weather conditions, they were like talking about changing about some stuff, like maybe we will run 7 hours or something. And I was a bit confused. I thought that at 5 p.m. they will stop. Like if I come, I thought that if I finish my last lap before 5, I will have to stop. I was watching which time I was closing every lap, and I understood that 8th lap I will close before 5, maybe like at 4:35, 4:40, and I like, okay, in 25 minutes, no way you can finish one more lap. After 7th lap, I was already so happy that one more lap only left.
Yeah.
And I asked, so I have to finish this lap, and that's all. They were thinking, no, if you finish before 5:08, because there was a delay of the start. So they add also 8 minutes, 5:08. They say you have to continue. I was so upset because I was already tired, and in the 7th lap I was going, like I tried to go not to slow down. I think that I was going fast for me with my tired body, and I got to know that again 20 more kilometers. I was like, come on. I already was counting these kilometers. So and when I finished 8 laps, nobody knows. Nobody can say how much the gap between girls. Where is the girls? Nobody's saying anything, and I didn't know where are the girls. Maybe they are close. I don't know. If I stay like 1, 2, 3 minutes, maybe they can come and continue. I didn't know, so I had to go because it was risky to stay, and it's so upset to lose at the end when you did so much work already, like 80 kilometers. So I continued 9th lap, and I tried to really push 9th lap because I wanted to finish so much. Actually, I was sure that somebody is running maybe after me. So I was like, okay, finish fast. And all the time I did, because nobody said anything where the girls and stuff. And I all the time was thinking maybe some girls had strategy, go slower in the beginning and they will push harder at the end. And I all the time was thinking maybe somebody can catch me. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about how girls were running because nobody's saying anything. And even Sergey cannot help me because he was doing a team relay.
Right.
Yeah. Only one time I saw him after 6th lap. He said that the gap between Nicole and me is shortening.
Okay.
Yeah, because maybe she was slowing down, and I tried to keep the same pace, and it seemed to me that I closed every lap at the same time because I was watching, and pretty much the same time every lap. So I was keeping the same pace, and she was a bit slowing down. So on 7th lap, I caught her. Yeah.
I can see it being confusing, this kind of format, because World's Toughest Mudder, people think of like as a 24-hour race, but it actually goes for 25 and a half hours. It's my favorite event to do. It's a crazy event, but it can be confusing of like how many more laps do I have left to do. What did you think about the sand running? Because you're living in the Middle East now. Do you think that played to your strength, running in the sand?
Almost the half of the course was soft sand. Okay. So you have to, it's a strength, you have to put more strength on running. You cannot go too fast. And there were places, maybe also hard. One half of the course is hard sand. It's okay. You can go a bit faster. Yeah, but there were parts with soft sand. It was really tough because you want to go fast, but you cannot.
Yeah, that's frustrating. And
Yeah.
then when you crossed the finish line, did you know that you won? How did it feel to know that you won?
Yeah, I know that I won because I already saw Nicole. She was meeting me at the finish line, and I understood that they didn't go for the last lap. And I didn't know who was third. I was so happy that Janko got third.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unexpected results because I thought maybe other girls also will fight for the first place, and I didn't expect that it will turn out like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially that I will win. I didn't. Even now, sometimes I cannot believe that I was the first. And if now come back like before the race now, I won't say that I will win because something unexpected. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe because we don't know. Maybe because I never tried such races and I never knew how I can run so long. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think that this is something that you might be more interested in ultras or?
I don't know. Because for example, this year all the races like main races, not ultras, different stuff all the time. Like even short races, 3, 5K, 15. The longest race it will be in Abu Dhabi 21. I don't know if AlUla will do the same race again. I don't know.
Right. That's
fair. Yeah, and I'm not planning for this year any ultras.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. And then the week after, you took on the government games. So I don't know as much about this, but I saw that your team took, was it second or third too?
Third. Yeah, third.
Yeah. So tell us about what the government games were all about. It was harder to follow.
Yeah, it's team games. It's different challenges, like more obstacles. And this year they put for one format. There are different formats. They made a city format, and they not in white. You can apply for participation for teams from around the world. For example, any country, any city can apply and just wait for approval. Usually there are like semifinals. It's 7 sections with different obstacles for different skills. Something for grip, something for balance, a lot of stuff for teamwork. Like it's not like a ordinary OCR. It's not OCR at all. Maybe only, for example, this year there were like maybe 2 hanging stuff, only 2 obstacles. The others were more like for teamwork, a lot of balance stuff, jumping like stuff. And for every section, you get some points. You have to get a lot of, like as much points as you can to get to the finals. Finals, 4 teams only can go, and 4 teams compete for top 3. Top 3 are getting prizes. And this year they put also one challenge to climb Burj Khalifa for teams. It was very interesting. And I had to climb because we thought that I will replace one teammate. They were not doing like endurance, functional stuff, mostly like ninja players. They were in my team, and we thought that maybe I could do better. Although I was not recovered, my muscles were so sore.
I bet.
But I did really good. And I also had to carry one guy because ninja guy was dying after 100 maybe floors. It was crazy. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, I maybe normally I wouldn't do anything first week or 10 days after AlUla, after Ultra. I would give rest for the body. This was some kind of an exception because I agreed to be in the team a long ago, and so I wanted to help also team to get more points. So I climbed Burj Khalifa, but during the games, I didn't do too much. Mostly because my team consisted of guys, and most of the obstacles and tasks did guys, because some tasks were really with heavy weight, and of course guys would do it better. Because in most of the teams there are guys, and for girls it's very hard to compete with guys. There are in some teams girls, but main players should be like 5 players main, and mostly main players are guys, and there should be 1 substitute. I was like a substitute if somebody get injured or something, and most of them don't know English. I had to help them to translate the rules, talk with the organizers and stuff. So I try to help as much as I can the team.
Yeah.
And that was my whole task. I only climbed the Burj Khalifa, then I spent the whole week with them, so never couldn't rest because you have to be with the team or go to the training. I tried to do the trainings with them, so they would feel that I'm not like standing aside and just watching, that I'm also trying to help. And I spent a lot of time with the team, driving to the gym somewhere, like analyzing the tasks and stuff. So also get tired, but good that I didn't do too much tasks, because maybe it would be hard for the body also. Yeah.
So with doing such a variety of athletic accomplishments, I mean, we didn't even touch on the fact that you did phenomenal in the 3K World Championships too. What's your favorite? What's your favorite distance, your favorite event to do?
Maybe I cannot even decide. I used to think that it's standard course, like 10-15 kilometer, but Sergey, my husband thought that I'm better on short courses. Now he's like confused. Maybe you are good in ultras. I cannot decide. Even I don't know which is my favorite.
What do you enjoy the most?
Maybe standard courses, not too long and not too short, because short is also very hard, because the speed is so high and the obstacles you are doing in with a really high heart rate, and you feel that in your arms. It's like that.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's hard some obstacles to do.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but in standard course you can be more, how to say, even.
Yeah, you can make a mistake and not be out. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go like fast pace also, but you don't get into high zone maybe in your heart rate, and you don't feel that your arms and the muscles getting not tight. This I cannot say in English. Explain this. You don't feel that they are getting too much like that.
Yeah.
In muscles.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
And you don't do mistakes on obstacles. But on 3K, sometimes at the finish, if the obstacle is very hard, for example, in normal OCR championship, not Spartans. For Spartan, it's okay because the obstacle is not so hard. Yeah. And on 3K, sometimes, even last year, I felt. Last year was okay. Yeah. A year before, I got only 4th place because last obstacle already I cannot hang on my hands because the speed was too high, and I have to go with the elbow, and I got only 4th place. Yeah.
So with all of those fun things that you're able to do really well with, what do you have planned for 2024? What's on your race calendar?
Now I'm preparing for OCR European Championship, which will be in Italy in June. I think in the mid of June. Maybe Costa Rica, I don't know yet. Because tickets are so expensive, and we have to do transit in USA probably for the flights. And for this, I will have to get a visa. And visa, it's like yes or no. You never know they will give you or not. So I don't know about Costa Rica, but also I want to qualify for Spartan European Championship. Then I want to do Croatia 5K and Abu Dhabi also. About trifecta, I am thinking because there are every month these races like European Championships September, then in a month in Croatia in October, and if I go to Greece it will be November, and if I go to Abu Dhabi it's December, and every month this really big events, it will be hard for the body maybe to recover. So maybe Greece I will skip.
Yeah, you gotta be smart about it. You don't want to risk injury or anything.
Yeah. These are the main events.
Yeah.
Which I won this year.
So I don't want to keep you for too much longer. Any sponsors or people that you'd like to thank?
I don't have to big sponsors. Only in my country it's mostly they give you some stuff, you make a promotion, and that's all. So I don't have big sponsors. Yeah, our federation tries to support us, and maybe I can thank my federation that they help us to participate at official events like European Championship and OCR World Championship. For Spartan, we go ourselves.
Yeah,
we don't have support.
And where can people follow you on social media?
In Instagram. For Russian people, I have Telegram channel.
Okay.
Mostly Instagram, yeah.
Awesome.
For foreign.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on your crazy victory, and looking forward to seeing what you do in 2024.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Alisa Petrova. It was worth waking up at 4:45 in the morning to finally have you on the show.
Alyssa or Elisa?
I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to listen back to how she said it. But yeah, I didn't even really get to half of my questions. So hopefully we can do this again sometime, maybe. I know she had limited time, which I didn't realize at first. So we worked with what we had, and it was great talking to her finally.
Related episodes 257.
Yeah, so these are all badass women that competed in this event as well. So 257 was World's Toughest Mudder. Part 4, Katie Knight and Mark Batras.
Episode 270.
Which was Ida Mathilde Steensgaard on Jacksonville Spartans, Savage, Florida, and more.
Episode 302.
Nicole Miracle on the OCR Dream Team, Injury Recovery, Returning to Racing, and more.
Episode 308.
Was one of the many times we've had Chris Rogloski on the show for our own episode. But that was World's Toughest Mudder with Mark Gaudette, and the first woman to hit 100 miles, Chris Rogloski.
And episode 316.
Ulrike Evanson on Spartan World Championships, World's Toughest Mudder, and more. So links down below, would you kindly check those out?
Subscribe and follow wherever you get your podcasts. We are on all of the players, but please don't subscribe to us on Google Podcast Players.
Yeah, we won't be saying that too much longer. I think they go away in April. But we don't want to lose the 1% of listeners that actually use that app.
Leave us a review on that Purple Podcast app if that's how you listen.
Yeah.
Follow us on Patreon for as little as $2 or as many as $10 a month. That money helps us put on the show and go to different locations.
Yeah, definitely appreciate that. You could also like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, all of those things.
Threads,
which I have to post more on. I apologize for that. Coming up next, I plan to talk to Paul LaChance, who recently ran his 200th Spartan race. It autocorrected to Spartan Rave. At the age of 82.
Perfect. My quote is, take the time to notice all the little things that bring you joy and do them often. We are just here once, so enjoy it.
Nice. Do you have a joke?
I do. I thought you had a joke.
I don't think so.
You told me one yesterday.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
About Noah?
Oh, yeah, I did hear that. You want me to say that then?
Or I have a joke too.
Okay, I'll do mine too then. Why didn't Noah go fishing when he was on the ark?
Why, Michael?
Because he only had 2 worms.
Perfect. You said that so quietly.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And then, why did the watch go on vacation?
Time flies. I don't know why.
He needed to unwind.
Nice. Oh, that just about wraps it up. My name's Michael Stefano.
And my name's Caitlin Ritter.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe to our show and write us a review on your favorite podcast app.
You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook and connect with us there.
Most importantly, we would appreciate it if you shared an episode with a friend so we can reach more ears
and continue to effectively shine a light on the people in our sport, as well as the events that we are so passionate about.
Our intro song is Streaker by Straight Up, and our outro music is Iron Call by The Best.
The headphones.
Okay. It might sound better without the headphones. It sounds a little muffled.
Maybe because I'm not alone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes the microphone on those are tough.
Okay.
Oh, much, much better. Perfect. So I don't want to take up too much of your time.
But it's not loud. I cannot hear you good.
Okay.
Like this.
All right. Is that better?
Okay, I will maybe do like this.
Okay.
Very low sound.
Okay. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. All right. Is this better?
The same. Okay, I hear, but not loud.
All right. And then how about now?
The same.
Sorry. And then now?
Mm.
What the? Huh.
I don't know why.
Sorry, yeah, I haven't had this problem before. All right, I'll just try to talk loudly then.
Now better.
Okay, perfect.
Do we always sit with our faces this close to each other?
During the interview, we were like, I had to switch to this because something wasn't working with the snowball, so I had to switch to this one, and then there was some issues with like the thing and all that stuff, so I had to get like, it doesn't sound as good in the interview, so I have to talk much closer like this, and it sounds very good.
It sounds
when it's
like
this.
Our faces are so close. If I get sick, you're gonna get sick.
Right, but I wish we had like, without like the soundproof padding, like this is kind of like the best we're gonna get for now, which is fine.
We should get two separate mics and hang them from the ceiling.
That'd be kind of dope. Yeah.